Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? All right. As I was saying, we'll wait for some more people to get in. I'll do a quick roll call. Sorry about my voice. Got Dan O'Neill, Mike High, Pistol Pete. Please bear with me if I cough or sneeze or any of that crap. So, yeah, I've had this has been going on since Monday. It's been getting progressively worse. My wife has it. She actually came down with it first, and naturally I caught it. So just the symptoms, really bad cough, congestion. Um, I've got like body aches, tired. Feel like somebody's just grabbing my forearms and the back of my calves. They're just like squeezing them. It's really weird. Um, just kind of feel like crap, but I'll press through. I was thinking about canceling the chat just because I'm just so freaking beat, but I was like, man, the show must go on. So we're going to try to press through this. All right. American history. Well, it's flying by. C. Kim, Dennis Buckner, Milkman, Ray Cole, Paris Pat, IBG, A-Dubs. I don't know if I said A-Dubs. CZ Shadow 2. But like I said, I'm not going to concentrate on the cough. Shit, probably everybody's had it or getting it, so whatever. Like I said, we'll press through, but I'm not going to make this. I don't do those videos. I got the cold, I got the vid. I don't do all those kind of videos because honestly, I mean, I want to wish everybody well. Hope everybody pulls through, but I'm just not going to do a video saying I've got it. So, and I've noticed a lot of people did. That's just not my gig. So, but anyway, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Bald and Curious, how are you doing, man? Bald shot a Glock today. Yeah, if y'all haven't checked it out, he got a Glock 45 MOS. So he got the best handgun in the world. And I haven't drank, in like a week. So I just got a little bit in here. So cheers, everyone. And I am drinking some Powerade. Trying to keep those electrolytes up. But I've been getting asked, and I'm sure y'all are asking, maybe some of y'all ask, I don't know, but I've had it on some videos where people just go in and ask comments that have nothing to do with that video. But everybody's asking me my opinion on the 30 Super Carry. What do I think about the 30 Super Carry, the new, greatest caliber that's coming out and all this other stuff? If you look at the ballistics on it, the true ballistics, it's really between a 380 and a 9mm. And versus a 380 or even some 9mm, it can allow 2 more rounds in some of the smaller guns. But will it overtake 9mm? In my opinion, hell no. 9mm is an 8.0 round, so this won't ever have the strength and the oomph that it needs. And I also think it's kind of weird that Winchester and Hornady and all these other Remington, they're coming out with ammo for it when they can't even really supply enough stores with regular 9mm. So, is it the perfect time to put out another caliber? I don't think so. But like I said, you either want to carry a 380 or you want to carry a 9mm. Because if you're going to say, okay, I'm not going to carry a 380 anymore, I'm going to carry a 9 Super, or excuse me, the 30 Super. Why not just carry a 9mm? Unless it's a really small gun, but you're going to have to buy that gun because a lot of them can't be rebarreled because it's a longer round. A lot of the grips, you can't put that mag in there because it's a longer round. So you're probably going to have to buy a new gun in 30 Super Carry. The only ones that are available or that are coming is the Shield EZ 30 Super, the Shield Plus 30 Super, and Nighthawk Custom. I don't think many people are going to go buy a Nighthawk Custom to carry that round, but that's just me. So I just don't think that it's really needed. I think it's probably going to end up like 224 Valkyrie. It's going to be the latest, hottest, and greatest thing, and then it's going to go by the wayside. That's just my opinion. Maybe it'll take off. A lot of people will love it. And hey, if so, that's cool. So make sure I didn't miss any questions. Powerade and Four Roses is a bold cocktail. Actually, this is the whiskey is oh crap. The Kevin Costner, I don't know why. I mean, like I said, my brain is in a fog. Um, it's a show that comes on Sunday that I always talk about that Kevin Costner's in. But anyway, it's their whiskey. So um, I've just been drinking these Powerades and stuff, trying to keep up the electrolytes. Hopefully, I'm at the end of this. Hello, what's up? Reloading from the hot pot. 22 LR to 9 millimeter. Don't need it. Yeah, 9 millimeter is here to stay. It's just getting more popular. Even 40, 45 guys jumping on it. Yeah. Making the popular ammo for us instead of waiting time to develop a new round. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I think that, also, I think that making making that gun or making that new caliber, for one, the caliber is not going to be out there a lot, so it's going to be super expensive. So you're going to buy probably an expensive gun because it's a new caliber, and then you're going to have to buy expensive ammo if you can even find it for your new gun. So I don't think that's a wise decision, honestly. Hello, James Johnson. How are you? Yeah, reloading. I agree with you. I don't see the point in it either. And it's 100 grain, which I have nothing against speed. We know speed kills, but when they're doing the comparisons, they're comparing it to 100 grain 30 super, and then some 124 9 millimeter, and of course 124 is going to be 24 grains heavier, so it is going to have less speed, but and it basically opens the expansion of a 9 millimeter anyway. So I just don't get it. Yeah, Yellowstone. That's it. Thank you, Bald. Sorry, man. Like I said, my brain is in a fog. Tombstone. Yeah. I do love the show Tombstone. That's one of my favorites. It's all about the balance. Yeah, we'll have a little of one and a lot of the other. Let's see here. Yeah. 30 super will fail. I mean, we'll have to see, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And this is exactly what I thought about Dan. Dan's talking about 45 gap, take two. Exactly. I mean, it doesn't fit a place. You've already got 380, and then you've already got 9 millimeter. So it's between 380 and 9 millimeter. What's the point of that? I don't see it. Yes, Bald is exactly right. Civil defense makes light projectiles that go fast, and all testing I've seen show not enough penetration. And yes, I personally have tested that. If you go back and look way back on the channel, I mean, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I tested that civil defense in a 9 millimeter. I think it was like 85 grain or some crap. And then I tested it in my 45. And I want to say that was like 90 grain 45 or something crazy, like 150 grain 45, maybe. Um, I wasn't impressed with what it did. I was shooting, what were they? They were, oh gosh, they were solid. Um, what the hell's the name of them? Sorry, again, I can't think. Honeydew melons. There were those honeydew melons. And when I hit them with the 124 HST, you knew you hit it. When I hit them with the civil defense, it would just take little tiny chunks off, and it really wouldn't even blow the backside of them. Oh, Dennis, look up 45 gap. Yeah, it's been around forever, and it's pretty much failed forever. Um, Also, I didn't know if y'all had seen. There's a new firearm that's coming out from Live Free Armory. It's called the AMP. So you could probably just Google AMP, Live Free Armory pistol, and it's like a Glock clone. It's an aluminum frame, customizable. It looks like you can put side panels on it. Um, all these other things, and I guess it's going to be like the customizable Glock clone. Hang on one second. I didn't want y'all to hear that because that would have been really loud. But you know, if y'all are interested in it, it's coming. They just announced it. So if anybody's looking for something like that, Yeah. And matter of fact, I've still seen those 45 gaps for sale. And man, when you find them, you can get them for like $200. So, I mean, they're the ones I've seen. Hey, what's up, Pranic? How are you, man? SHOT Show. Yeah, man, that's another thing that I had written down too. If you look at SHOT Show, like SIG's pulled out, Beretta's pulled out. Um, who was the other one? It's another big name. Um, dang it. Sorry, guys. But anyway, a lot of people have pulled out of SHOT Show. Does that mean it's going to be a failure? Maybe not. Um, there are a lot of smaller companies there that are probably going to be pretty cool and hungry to see people. I do know that Staccato is still going, or they said they were still going. But it is what it is. So, hello, Parts by Teddy. How are you doing, man? Wow, New York troopers still use 45 gap? That's crazy. I guess I could be like a little kid. He said pulled out. Haha. Joking. Pretty good. Just made it to TGE. That's Texas Gun Experience last Saturday. Busy as hell, but very nice place. Yeah, I mean, I love that place. It's awesome. Hello, Fina. How are you? Let's have a good show tonight. Thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can. Like I said, I'm a little, trying to hang in there. I'll live. It's not fun though. Yeah, Bald, and you're probably giving, since it's a week away, you might even have more that pull out. So I know there's three big ones, but I can't remember who the other one is. So I know Beretta and Sig, and there was somebody else that just recently pulled out. Let's see here. Big J, I watched a video from TGE review on a new 2011. Have you shot it also? Um, I mean, they've done Masterpiece Arms, of course, Staccatos. They've done Triarch. They've done a video on the Triarch. I haven't shot a Triarch, but I have played. Or no, I take that back. I have shot a Triarch. The one I shot was a 45. It was my buddy's. Y'all have probably seen me use his Atlases and also his Alien. I shot his Triarch, but it wasn't 45, and it was dot. It had a dot on it. They're really nice guns. They're just super expensive. Just depends on what you want. But yes, I have shot one. They have like an 18-month wait to get those. I've shot pretty much all 2011s. I mean, I've shot a Kai, I've shot Infinity, um, I've shot Atlas. I mean, I've shot a lot of them. Hello, Floridian. How are you? Also, just so y'all know this, and I kind of brought it up a little bit, I did have a Trijicon SRO that freaked out on me. I'll just tell you the scenario. It's on my Shadow 2, and it is the 5 MOA, so it is the newest SRO that I've purchased. My other ones are 2.5 MOAs. This is my 5 MOA, and went out and shot it. Shot great. Put it in the safe, laid it sideways, put it in the safe. Went to pull it out to go shoot it, and I always pull it out and check my dots, make sure I don't need to change the batteries or anything's weird. And I pulled it out, and it wasn't in the center anymore. It had floated up to the far right top corner. So the dot, instead of being in the center, it was all the way up to the right in the corner. And I was like, what the hell? Because I would never adjust it to that. I mean, that thing was balls on. And I'm like, this is weird. So I took it to the range and I shot it. Yeah, it was all bass backwards. So I tried to adjust it and got it centered, but I ran out of going up. I had no more up adjustment. So it was like I could turn it and it would go as high as it would, and it would still shoot about that far low. So I'm like, what the shit? So anyway, I called Trijicon. I sent it off last Thursday. So I sent it to them, and of course we had Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, which are not work days. They did receive it today, so I did get a call. I'm sorry, they received it yesterday into their building. but they actually scanned it into their system today. So this is from the warranty department. I was talking to the lady about it, and this is what she told me it sounds like. She said it sounds like an LED detachment. That was her terminology that she used. This is an exclusive. The chat members are hearing this first. LED detachment. So, like I said, it was still lit up and everything, but it was way off, and it's like it lost adjustment on the inside. So they're either going to fix it or they're going to send me a new one. They're supposed to email me with what they find, but I told her, I said, you can't adjust it up anymore. So I don't want them playing around with it and go, oh, I can move it up and down, because when you put it on a pistol, you can't move it up high enough. So anyway, I just wanted them to know that. She assured me that it would be 100% quality checked up and down. If they decide to fix it, or if I send a new one, they're going to check the new one too before they send it out. So that's where we are with it now. And I will update y'all as soon as I know more. Let's see here. You probably don't mess with smaller pistols, but was wondering if you test drove the new CSX by Smith & Wesson. Clyde's asking. Clyde, no, that pistol is not for me. I have no use for smaller pistols like that. I'm not saying other people don't. It's just not my forte. Um, the smallest pistol that I will actually carry, and I've carried it, of course, before, is my Shield, and I've got the plus 2 on it, so it gives a longer grip. Um, and it's got a really nice apex trigger. Matter of fact, it's super light. The trigger is really light. It's tricked out with a combination of springs. Very, very reliable, and I can actually shoot it really well. You can go, and I've got videos on it. I shoot that thing really, really well. But it's just not my preferred gun because it is so small. If you're looking for a deep concealment, it's thin and everything like the CSX would be. But that gun just doesn't do anything for me. I think they should have came out with it originally right off the bat with an optic cut and with a light rail. So it has no rail, has no optic cut, and then probably 2 or 3 months down the road, you're going to see a performance model, probably with an optic cut and probably with a rail. So, and the trigger's got that false reset. I've heard several talk about that. It just doesn't do anything for me. Looks kind of cool, but honestly, not for me. Let's see here. Volunteers had my Shadow 2 milled to accept the SRO 2 optic ready plates for 160, including Cerakote. 600 is crazy. Yeah, my Shadow 2 is a direct mill, so there's no plate, and that is what I really like about it. If you've looked at the videos, the SRO overhang, is almost touching the slide. This is the lowest cut. Fire for Effect did it, and it's freaking awesome. You can co-witness with your factory front sight, your fiber optic sight. That's how low it is. Of course, the plates add more height, like my Staccato and like my DS9. I'm not saying plates are bad. It just pulls the optic up higher. And I prefer a direct mill, just personally. James Johnson. All right. What's your opinion on the Walther PDP, thinking of the full-size 4-inch barrel with 18-round mag? If I were to ever get one, that would be the setup that I would get also. I prefer the longer grip. I have put my hands on them and played around with them and all that other stuff. They just don't do anything for me. They're kind of chunky, high bore axis, and I'm not saying I can't shoot a high bore axis gun. I can. The optic plate, it just doesn't have a lug or a lock. It just kind of sits on there and it doesn't deep seat into anything. And I'm not saying it's going to fail, but you're putting, the force on the screws, the threads. That's just my opinion. I know Walther has fought that tooth and nail, saying it won't cause a problem. But like I've said before, there is nothing the PDP will not do that a CZ P10C won't do, or a P10F, even if you want the longer or the bigger one. And it's a lot cheaper. So, like I said, to each their own. I'm just not a Walther fanboy, and I'm not saying you have to be a fanboy to buy that gun. It's just not for me. The grip, the thing that I really like about the gun is the grip. It's got that kind of tacky grip, and I like that a lot better than the PPQ. That was one of the things that I complained about with the PPQ. I'm not trying to hate on a gun, but I'm just giving honest opinion. PDP just does not do it for me personally. If it did, I would probably own one. That's a great question. Is the CZ75 a better gun than a Beretta M9? Okay, just so y'all know, I do not hate on Beretta. I've owned them. I like Beretta, all the other stuff. The only thing for me that probably won't affect 99% of people out there is the Beretta grips are too long or too short. I've said this numerous times. The grip, my pinky is just barely on the grip. I don't like that. That's what I like about the CZ75 or the Shadow 2. You have a longer grip. Now, of course, you could put a base plate on the Beretta to compensate for that. And I've usually even put base plates on my CZs too. On the P10C, I have base plates. I carry a +2 for that specific reason. But I mean, they're both great guns. I've kind of done the Beretta thing. You forget. I mean, a lot of people don't really know my age, but I was shooting Berettas before Berettas were even cool, and owned them. So Berettas just, now the Langdon Tactical is super nice. The oh my gosh, the what's the other one? Wilson Combat Beretta is really nice, but to each their own. I'm not saying don't get a Beretta. They are nice guns. If I was going to get one, I would get the Beretta Langdon Tactical RDO model, that you can put the dot on. I would not get their new dot system. It looks kind of janky, and the plates are really difficult to get. So that's just my opinion. You ever made it to Jackson Armory? Just a shop, not a range. I have not, Pranic. I don't even know where that is, honestly. Is it in Jackson, Texas? Do you think that is a prerequisite towards going to a 2011 model? I don't know what you're meaning by that. The reason, and I've said this numerous times, the reason I really like 2011s is because I came from 1911s. I was carrying 1911s, 5-inch government models, the full heavy boys, 45s way back when, inside waistband and outside waistband. So I carried a 1911, actually a couple of different 1911s for probably 5 or 7 years. I carried them for a long time. Just really love the triggers. You could change the grips out on them, more aggressive, however you wanted it. And so naturally, when the 2011s, I kind of dabbled in them. Then I really ran into the Staccato C2, the Staccato P, and actually really like them a lot. I think for the price point, they're great guns. And I'm pretty hooked on 2011s now. I'm not saying other guns suck, don't get me wrong, but I do prefer alloy guns. They don't have to be solid steel, but at least alloy. And I still run polymers here and there, but just really enjoying the 2011s. So, but like I said, I'm not hating on any other guns. I think you should get and carry whatever you feel comfortable with. I've had people tell me, I can't believe you're carrying a $3,000 gun. That's so stupid. That if you get in an incident, it's going to be taken. We've gone that road before. I'm not worried about that. It's kind of like, do you want to drive a really nice truck or a POS? They'll both do the same thing. They'll both get you there. Or a cheap car or expensive car. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's what I feel comfortable with. So that's what I choose to carry. If it's taken, I have insurance for it. And I have another one at home or other ones at home, so I could carry those. But that's just me. So, out of breath. Yeah, I wanted to be able to pass as a stock to optic ready so I can shoot it in production if I feel like it. Otherwise, I would have gone direct for sure. Gotcha. Yeah, and I mean, back in the day, I lightened mine up so much I could shoot it and carry optics. So It was definitely light enough. I had made the weight. And now, of course, you can bulk them up. So with the lock brass grips, you can make it super heavy. If they changed a few things in the CSX, I would get one, fix false reset, replace plastic front strap with checkering, make it optics ready, make it compact. Yeah, I do agree with that, IBG. I think if they would have came out with that in a compact model right off the bat with a light rail, and an optic cut, I think they would have probably had a hit on their hands. I think more people would be eager to buy it. I mean, it reminds me of a SIG. What is that? The 238 or whatever, or P38, the little, 1911. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And I've shot those, and they're not hand friendly for me at all. So let me scroll back up here. Every company should have guns milled directly to accept RMR and have plates for other optics. Glock plates kind of suck. They could have milled it directly like SIG did for Romeo Optics. I agree. In today's market, if you are not making a gun that is optics ready from the factory, you're kind of behind the curve, because you could make it optic ready and just put a plate on it. If people choose not to use the optic, they'll have a plate, just a smooth plate. And if they decide to put an optic on it, they can just remove that plate, the little cover, and put an optic on there and a plate if they want to do it. I just think it's, rather than have, one model, which is a SKU number and a part number, and you have to keep that in inventory, then make another one that's a performance model that's ported or whatever. Then make another one that's optic ready. That's 3 SKU numbers where you could have just had one. It cuts down on your machining, helps you build up your inventory quicker. I mean, I just don't understand it, why they do this kind of dumb shit. I just do not get it. I mean, I'm in manufacturing too. So if you can keep your SKU numbers low, you don't have a bunch of bullshit to stock. And also, if you ever have to do parts replacements or whatever, it keeps your parts replacements low, because people don't have to say, oh, do you have the optics ready model? Do you have this model? Do you have that model? No, we only made one. So you got it covered. So there you go. David J. Hello, I just found your channel from your YouTube about the eBay USPSA belt setup from September 27. Any recommendations for gear for getting into USPSA? Yes, David, I will tell you, do not buy that belt. I have another video where I did a follow-up on it. I ran that belt for almost a year. And as I went to heavier guns, it started to sag like crazy, and it was a piece of shit. And now I've got it thrown in a box, and I can use it for a chest rig, if I want to run 3-gun or whatever. I use the double alpha belt with the double alpha racer mag pouches. However, I haven't shot USPSA in quite a while, but double alpha makes really good stuff. It's a super thick belt. It can hold up a heavy gun all the way to a lighter gun. So definitely get yourself a quality stiff belt that's going to last, not an eBay special. So I just bought that to test. It wasn't expensive, but yeah, it turned into a piece of shit. So just being honest with you. $50 and a negative COVID test. That's funny. Oh, University of Park, Texas, tiny place, a lot of historical and new firearms. Oh, no, I haven't been there. Oh, that's cool. No, I'll have to check it out. Let me catch back up here. Yeah, I was gonna say Ball does it all the time, so he's a good guy too and humble. Double Alpha Academy or Safari Line on belts and gear, yep. And for the tactical belt, I have a Double Alpha double belt, and I love it. It's awesome. And to be honest with you, I've said this before. Now, when I want to put on a belt to practice or go to the range, because my range allows me to go from a belt, I really find myself going to my tactical belt more I've got the first aid kit, the tourniquet, mag pouches, AR-15 mag pouches, or the 300 blackout mag pouches, of course. Universal pistol mag pouches, kind of like tacos. It's all quality gear. It's not any cheap stuff. But I just find myself wanting to put it on more and practice with it more than USPSA stuff, because if crap ever went down, I'm not going to grab a USPSA rig. I'm going to grab the battle belt rig. I'm not former military, former LEO, any of that kind of stuff, so don't take it the wrong way. But I enjoy LARPing in it. I'll be straight up with you. That's what I feel the most comfortable with. So when I go to shoot, that's what I enjoy doing. Matter of fact, if I ever went back and shot another USPSA match, I would take my tactical rig and I would shoot that for no score, just to shoot it and practice with it more, rather than worrying about scores and all this other shit. That's just not me. So Big J sounds a little under the weather. Yes, I have the cough. Can't really say the other stuff. YouTube gets all bent if I bring that up, but let's just say I have the cough, and so does my wife. So pressing through, we will get through this crap, and there you go. I tried to save your ears. Sorry about that. God dang. I agree with you, Bald. I think that everything should be an RMR footprint. And if you want to change it to like a Delta Point Pro or whatever, I think you should then add a plate onto that, kind of like your Glock's MOS, to adapt it to whatever other optic you choose. But RMRs are like world. I mean, everybody knows them. That's where most of your military and LE is for the RMR, not SRO, RMR. So I think that's what they should do. No such thing as the flu, allergies, or a cold anytime, so we know what he has. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and who knows if those, I've even said this, the test that you take, who knows if that test just picks up any virus, such as the flu, such as whatever, and it gives you, it's geared towards one choice. Yes, if you've cleared of all charges, you will get your firearm back. You're exactly right, Keith Gregory. However, it could be up to a year. Um, this was probably 15 years ago. I had a buddy of mine, and it did take him a year to get it back, but he did get it back. Now, I'm sure maybe things have changed since, and probably depending on where you live, but there you go. Yeah, Dennis, I wanted to press through. If y'all know, I try to press through everything. So I just, I know. I thought about doing it, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna press through, and if I have to cut it short, I have to cut it short. But I appreciate y'all thinking about me. Hello, guy. Comment. The new M&P 10 millimeter is only available optic ready. Yeah, I mean that's what they should have done with the CSX. Ooh, I'm interested in a 5.56 AK. Choices are Arsenal, Barrel, or Zetatveya. What would you choose and why? Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal has a really good reputation. I have not shot the other ones. I mean, I'm not a huge AK guy, or AK platform guy. So I'm probably not the one to ask, but I would go with Arsenal strictly for their reputation. And that might be a bad choice in an AK platform, because in an AK platform, I am going to stay with a 7.62 by 39. I really do prefer, if y'all know me, I prefer 7.62 by 39, 308, 300 blackout, all of the above over a 5.56. That's just me personally. I want something with a little more oomph. So that's me. DC, best home defense weapon, 9mm carbine. Actually, that is a really good choice. You know, some people would say 12 gauge, 9mm pistol. Some people would say 9mm pistol. Some people would say 300 blackout or 5.56. 5.56 in a home is insanely loud, even suppressed. And I've got a suppressor. 300 blackout if you shoot subs, that's super, super quiet. Pistols are loud, but the thing that I would say, anybody in your household, whether it be a young child, your wife, yourself, anybody could shoot a 9mm pistol carbine because you have multiple points of contact. It has way less recoil than a 12 gauge, and it's a lot quieter in a home. I have shot 9mm in a home, and it's super loud, but it's definitely quieter than a 5.56. So I talked about that before. If you have a good quality 9mm PCC, I would recommend that. I mean, they're a lot of fun too. Oh, Floridian. First gun was the Colt Government Series 70 model. I have that gun. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I carried a Les Bear. I've carried a custom Les Bear, a custom Ed Brown, a SIG 1911. I've carried, of course, my STI 1911. I mean, I really like, 45s and of course 9mm now, but I was back in the day. I was OG 45, so for 1911s. You see, there's nothing 9mm PCC will do in a house that 9mm pistol can't, and you have to have a free hand, in my opinion. Yeah, well, that is the thing, and I've done it in a video. I've actually put my 9mm PCC on my shoulder with one hand, and I've looked through it, just pop, 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 and I mean, accurate as shit with one hand. So, I mean, you could even hold the damn thing out there if you had to. Mine is a 16-inch. So you could still have a free hand, but you could also have it set up in your shoulder pocket and have a cheek weld too. So I just say test some things, find out what you personally like. Don't be stuck on whatever some random YouTuber is going to tell you that the best thing since sliced bread. Just go around your house, of course, totally empty, with no one in the house, all that good stuff, and be safe about it. And just go around and clear your house and just see what maybe works for you. So you're not LARPing. I'm not LARPing. Well, I mean, yeah, capacity is a factor too in a free state. Yeah, and I mean with the PCCs, I've got 33 round, 34 round sticks. I've got 33 plus 5 round sticks for PCC. I mean, you can get a lot of capacity in those things. So you have more trigger time than 99% of the enlisted. Well, I mean, yes, I shoot a lot. I'm not a QCB special op guy. I'm not any of that. I just enjoy shooting guns, and I do like shooting different platforms, so I can have different, like double action, single action, striker fire. I shot a lot of revolvers back in the day. I haven't really shot a revolver. Gosh, I don't think I've shot a revolver. Well, I did take that back. I shot Ball's revolver. I can't remember how long ago that was. I shot his Chiappa Rhino. That was probably the first revolver I've shot. Shit, maybe 10 years. As a matter of fact, I almost blew my damn thumb off that day. The thing that I really like about the PCC, and a lot of people don't give it enough credit, is mine, and I do recommend this, getting one that is an AR-15 platform setup. So you got your safeties. I mean, it's just, you're racking it. Of course, it's blowback, but because it's a great trainer, and back before ammo went crazy, 9mm was so cheap, so you could train with it cheaper than you could your 5.56/223, and of course 300 blackout. So, it is a great training pistol. And of course, I have an AR-15 and a 22, which is the ultimate trainer. I mean, it's super, super cheap. But the neat thing, about a PCC is, you could just load up those mags and, go to town. I mean, I really enjoy shooting mine. Dennis is saying, David J, just buy a core essential belt, a Harry's holster, outside waistband holster, and some clips on a mag carrier. Yeah, I mean, I love my core essential belt. So they're great belts. Bald, you're funny. If you need more than 15 rounds for home defense, you need to move because you live in the ghetto. You would be surprised, man. There are some groups that go around and it's not one or two guys. It could be 4 or 5 guys. You know, 2 or 3 could be busting in your front door and 2 could be busting in your back door. So you never know. I have never heard in a gunfight I had too much ammo. So I'm all about having as much as I can have. So, and that's another thing. If you're going to use a PCC, and I do this with pistols, whatever my home defense setup is, if it takes a magazine, I have multiple magazines all around the house where only I know where they are. So if I had to go into another room, if I had to go somewhere, I'll have capability to have that mag or an extra mags around my house, so I don't have to carry them with me. And also, always have a light on your gun, always. I mean, that is so damn important. You got, don't shoot if you can't see what you're shooting at. Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. I've got that written down too about the new whistles. Oh, you don't need a gun, just whistle. Someone will save you. Just got over the cough. Took me about 2 weeks to feel better. Yeah, it's not fun, man. Not fun. It's awful funny that the test was out immediately. Hell, also look at the jabs. They were out pretty damn quick too. What's up, Two Will and Nut? How are you, man? Oh gosh, Clyde. There's all different kinds out there. I'm not an advocate. I don't work for any of these people. When I was, I used to have Texas Law Shield. I upgraded my policy to Firearms Legal Protection (FLP). The reason I did that is they offer more benefits. I do travel to multiple states, so I have the multiple state program. Also, I have insurance that would pay to at least, I think it's $1,000 to $1,200 where it'll pay to get me another gun if they hold it, I think more than 6 months. Also, they do provide cleanup, which it's going to be messy. They provide cleanup. They provide lawyers in civil and um, civil and God, what is the other one? I can't even think. I'm sorry. Civil and criminal. So they do provide you. There's no limit. Some of them, if you really look at them, they will only provide so much coverage, and then after you reach that dollar amount, then you have to pay for it. They do also provide bail. So there's a lot of benefits to this one that other ones don't have, or if they do have it, it's much, much more. Also, this one, they do cover you in red flag laws. They were the first to come out with that. So if I'm ever in a red flag issue from a neighbor or something, they defend me on that too. So it's FLP, Firearms Legal Protection, and their rates are very, very good. But like I said, I don't work for them or anything like that. I just was the one that read all the damn fine print. Come on. These comments. Just get a shotgun. Yeah. Shoot them in the leg. Any DWX release date? No information. I reached out to CZ and didn't reach out to Dan Wesson, but I reached out to one of my contacts at CZ recently, and he didn't have any information. So I don't know if they're even going to be at SHOT Show. I have no idea. This was probably like 2 months ago. I think it was about 2 months ago when I asked. So no further updates. If it shows there, I think that'll be cool. If they actually say, hey, here's the release date. But hell, that whole thing could be on the back burner. I just figured we would have seen it by now. Oh, okay. It was in 2017. So yeah, that was a long ass time ago when I shot your Chiappa Rhino. And prior to that, it was probably close to 10 years. And yes, I own revolvers. And I also said, since CZ bought Colt, what if, since Dan Wesson has a bunch of 1911s, and of course Colt has 1911s, but what if they brought the DWX since they bought Colt? What if they waited and had the DWX Colt edition? That could kind of put Colt back on the map. And I kind of thought about that. Like, what if they just flipped it to Colt and maybe even changed the name from DWX to, CWX or something like that and released it under Colt? That could really give Colt a big jump. Because a lot of people buy Colt because of the old names, like the Anacondas and, the snake guns, and then of course the 1911s and stuff like that, the elites. So might be an idea for them. Who knows? It's been a while since the last trip to Texas. Are the shelves stocked now? I assume price is still somewhat high. Actually, ammo is, depending on where you go. If you go to Academy, some of the ammo is pretty reasonable there if you buy it right. But it's averaging about 20 to, well, between 19 to $21 for a 50 round box. I have gotten some cheaper. Not that I need it, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be a while before the prices really drop. If they even do, who knows? Oh, balls. I don't need insurance. I have 10 acres and an excavator. Yeah, it's funny. Big Johnson, have you had a chance to run the Primary Arms Micro 3 times next to your GLX2X? No, I have not. I'll be totally honest with you. With I've been super busy, and then of course with getting this crap, I've got this, but I have not. That's the SLX. That's the new micro prism for the 9mm. But I will say this: the 2 times magnifiers from Primary Arms, the ones that I have on my carry pack, my ultimate truck gun pack. If you want to see them, you can look at that. But it's the 2 times. I have one for a 5.56 upper and one for a 300 blackout. They're legit. I mean, I really, really do like them. And of course, I shoot with both eyes open. I don't, close my eye. So they're really crisp. And of course, it's got a diopter, so you can adjust it to your particular eye. It is an etched reticle. That's the good thing about it. So it does work with any astigmatism. I really, really enjoy it. So if you're thinking about a micro prism or something like that, I would recommend it. I don't know if y'all saw the posting, but Primary Arms actually has new pistol optics coming out. They do have it's group with Holosun, the 509T, and it is going to have the ACSS reticle. That's the fully enclosed box one. So that'll be available for 2022. And they have a new one, which is kind of like the SRO copy. And it looks like a Holosun, but it says Primary Arms all over it. So I don't know who makes it, but it does have a side loading battery. It looks like an RMR platform, and it does come with other plates. So that's pretty cool. I don't know the price point on it yet, but I did post it, so you can go in and look at the community, and you can see all the new optics they have coming out, and it does show it in that. So I think it looks pretty cool. I'll probably try to get one. I mean, whether they send me one or I buy one, I'm gonna get one. I like it. I mean, it looks cool. Mr. Hot Pots Hot Shot, they're making it mandatory at work to be tested once a week. What's the point? A lot of people I know have the shots and still getting COVID. I agree. I agree. Hopefully, the Supreme Court will knock this shit out of the park and they'll just tell everybody to piss off. Because I'm sure it's still coming down for me. I haven't heard a word yet, but I've got good friends, and it is affecting them. So, they're fighting it. Clyde said, consider getting into red dots. Only have a one pistol optic ready. Is the lemon worth the squeeze? Getting my pistols cut, or just buy optic plates ready from here on? If you can find an MOS pistol that has a plate system, I mean, I would recommend going that route maybe before you start milling them. I would not use any dovetail mounts, where you just put it in the dovetail and have it back there. Even to try it, it's really high on the gun. And I've seen a lot of them with the recoil. They actually shimmy, so your dot, you'll get a lot of bouncing with it. I don't care what kind of dovetail it is. It's just not the right way. And I wouldn't want to spend $60 on a dovetail mount because some of the milling only cost $125. So, and that way, it's set up. But I mean, everything is going to dots. Not saying you have to get into dots, but at least you have that option. You can just keep the plate on it, the regular plate, and not put an optic on it. But at least you have that option if you ever want to try it. But I do prefer, if I have a choice, I do prefer direct milling. That way, there's no additional screws involved that could potentially shear. It's directly milled on your gun and screwed straight into your slide. That's my preferred. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hotspot or hot pot. I don't think the price will ever drop below $15 to $16 a box of 50. I was saying that earlier, or my prediction way back when was that they would probably settle out at about 15 to $16 a box. I just can't see them going much lower than that unless they have some stupid sale, or if it starts just where people are stocked up and they're not buying it. So then they might throw out some sales periodically. But I think that's probably where it's going to settle. Huskies is saying my employer is trying mandatory weekly test or the jab followed by termination. You don't comply. That sucks. And hopefully, and of course, if it's a privately owned company, they can do what they want. But I just hope when they kick this thing down the road that people just say, okay. Have a good one, Rabbi. I appreciate you, man. Take care. Agreed. I've said the exact same thing. My body, my choice, not the government's body and their choice. So I have said the exact same thing. And I even have family members, and one of them is a lawyer, and she talks all about the my body, my choice for the abortion when Texas, said that. But yet she's also, you better be vaxxed or else. So she's a lawyer talking out of both sides of her mouth. And I've told her, since you're a lawyer, are you familiar with the Constitution? Guess not. Matter of fact, we don't even see them anymore because of that. Even over Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. You think SHOT Show is dead, or will it come back better next year? Somebody asked me that question, and I was talking to some buddies, and one thing that I really enjoy, and I think a lot of people could do it, rather than having a SHOT Show where you have to pay thousands and thousands and tens of thousands for a booth space at Vegas. You could actually just go out to like a big field or something and rent a farmer's field or something, and you could have SIG and all these other people come out. 3 or 4 big companies get together and do kind of like a, like a, not really a SHOT Show, but kind of like a, hey, we're going to show you everything we have show. They could charge entry at the gate, kind of like a concert. You go in, do it, invite the public, and of course, influencers or gun companies or whatever. And I think that would have a huge turnout if it was done correctly. So, DC is saying, I checked out an IWI Masada. What a great gun for the price. Optics ready. Only problem is it that crazy long trigger reset, and I'm not familiar with any aftermarket triggers for that gun. I have actually shot the IWI Masada. I actually think it's a really good gun. It does have polymer plates, but so far I haven't heard of any of them breaking. I know 17 has one, and I've got other buddies who have them. I shot theirs, or shot his. And I mean, it's something, yeah, it's not like a super short reset. However, if you shoot that gun and you get used to that gun and you train with that gun, you're going to be used to it. I mean, I've shot some horrendous triggers. I've shot some triggers that were trash. Um, and I mean, you can make yourself shoot it good. It's just you got to spend time with it. Appreciate you pulling the three amigos together again recently. Enjoyed the trio chat. Thanks, man. Yeah, it took a while to get that all locked down because they have stuff going on in their life. You know, I was busy, they were busy, but I'm glad we got to get that together. It's always good with those guys. I mean, I really enjoy them. Good friends of mine. Everybody thinks we don't like each other. That's not what it is. Everybody's just got so much stuff going on. Yeah, there you go. A firearms fair. We don't really have these in Texas. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool. You know, it wouldn't take a lot. I think they could just, get some land or rent some land and have a bunch of people show up. You know, maybe if it was even like at a really big gun range, an outdoor gun range, I think they could make it work too, like at ETTS or something. And they have had them out at ETTS before. Uh, Apex Triggers was out there. There was machine gun people out there. I mean, they had like 12 or 15 vendors out there. It was actually a pretty cool deal. I wasn't able to go that weekend because I was out on a show, but yeah, it was a really, really good turnout. I mean, I'll tell you what they want to do. Here's what they want to do. I'll just tell everybody. Okay, right now they have the little paper cards. Okay, you just write it on there. You carry your stupid little card with you. What they want to do is they want to have everyone download an app. Okay, it'll be an app where they can track you. They have your medical history on there. Also, if you're in a hot zone where they've had a lot of reports, or if it's say a gun store or a non company that they don't agree with, it could pop an alert up on your phone and it could say, "Oh my gosh, outbreak here," to scare the shit out of you not going into that place. So that's what they want to do. They want to be able to track your ass, know where you are 24/7, and have all your medical history on there, because people don't leave the house without their phone. So they're going to say, "Oh, well, the paper forms are getting duplicated, they're getting frauded, they're getting this, so now you have to download the app." So I'm telling you, that's where it's going. That's a version of tracking you. So just wait. You go in somewhere, you scan your little thing, oh, that person's here. They know where you are, where you've been around, and then they're going to say 5 days from now, "Oh, you were in a hot zone." Yeah, that's going to be their way. Oh, Ball and Curious already has the app in New York. Well, they're going to try to get it everywhere, trust me. I didn't know it was being used in New York. I don't keep up with a lot of that stuff. But if you remember, if you go way back, I mean, like a year and a half ago, I made that prediction. So I was just like, that's what they want to do. Yeah. Social credit score. Yep. Floridian Big J, not many folks will do a live while under the weather. You continue to show your dedication to your viewers and our cause. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not trying to get hero points. I'm just trying to, be here, and it helps kind of keep my mind off all that other, this crap, because it doesn't feel good. But it's not fun. So if anybody's going through this, it is not fun. Or if you've been through this, I'm sure you know about it. Have you heard of the NEMRNA ammo lethal? No, I haven't heard of that. No, I have not. Oh, Australia is doing it, huh? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's insane, man. All that crap that's going on, that is crazy. But it is, time to shut it down. Do you have any other quick questions that I could answer before I'm jumping off? I'll tell you. Sorry, I couldn't mute it fast enough. I do have some springs coming in that I'm going to be testing. for slide reciprocation and all that other stuff, just to test it, see if I can just tune it just a little better. So I'm going to do some of that for one of the staccatos with the comp for my P. Not that anything's wrong with it, it runs fine, but I just want to see if I could tune it even better to give it even flatter. Kind of like the lighter spring that the XC has. That's just one thing I wanted to try. So I've got some of those springs coming in. Hopefully, we'll find out about the Trijicon SRO soon. Hopefully, they'll let me know something in the next couple of days if they're going to fix it or send me a new one or whatever. I probably will be buying one of those primary arms dots when it comes out. Their new one, it's kind of like an SRO. If you want to look at it, it's on the community thing. Also, if y'all want to buy any primary arm optics, you can use a code. It basically all it does is it just shows that you ordered it. It doesn't give you a discount. I'm just going to be honest with you. So if you've got a discount code, don't use my code because you're not going to save any money. But if you want to go down on primary arms for all of their optics, only the primary arms, optics, dots, things like that, in the discount code, you can put BJGG, all capitalized, just BJGG. Again, it doesn't save you anything. It just shows that you bought it because of one of my videos. So, kind of as a that a boy for me. So I appreciate it. Like I said, if you don't want to, or if you've already got a discount code where it actually saves you money, do not use mine. You cannot combine the codes. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all so much. Let's see here. I think I'm at the worst of it. I think. Hopefully, I don't get anything else, but we'll see. I appreciate it. Too willing. Thanks for having the stream, Big Johnson Guns and Gear. Hope you feel better and the wife getting better. Yeah, my wife is actually feeling better, but she did get it before me. So, but guy is saying, Big Johnson, you're the man for coming on the chat tonight while weathering a cold. Total dedication. Bless you, man. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm not looking at, for anybody to think I'm somebody. I'm just a normal old guy. But I appreciate everyone so much. If you have any questions or comments after the chat, please leave them in the comment section. Hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff, and I'll answer your questions. But I appreciate y'all so much. And please have a great night. Be safe out there. Love one another. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Take care.